Hello and welcome back to the Dublo Railway. And here we are looking north on the western side of the layout. In the left corner of the picture you can see the start of the bridge work that heads along one entire side of the layout. And what we're concentrating on today is the two tunnels that you see. Now, this layout on its base down here has four main lines, one here, one here, one here, and one here. So I hope that came through. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some of these points that you see here to use. We're going to move trains out of sidings and from one line to another. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to run a little test train which includes my latest purchase, which is Hornby Dublo United Dairies wagon, the 6-wheel, the 3-axle wagon. And I just want to see how that runs. I have a Wrenn version of that. I think from memory it's the Guiness one, and it's not a tremendously good runner. It's prone to jumping and doesn't like points. So I'm going to hook the pair of them up and run them through here, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, the concentration is going to be on what you see here, this point work, and the four main lines. So let's have a look at this train. Here's the motive power, which is a standard Hornby Dublo 8F. Just turn it on its side. This is one with the original, what some people like to call the triang motor. The later versions of this had a ring-filled motor and a slightly different attachment for the tender. Now, when you see this running on the layout, it's going to have a feature that you don't see here, and I'll show you that now. It's going to have this on it. Now, this is off a 4MT tank, and I'll just take it off. Just take it off here. If I can get my screwdriver. Which one do I need? Take this one. Okay, so I'll just take this apart. They're identical castings, and you'll see that on, if I got that out, no, not entirely. You'll see that on, just put that up there, you'll see that on this one there's a hole there, and you'll see here what goes into it. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swap this out for the moment, and that's going to allow this 8F to work tender first with a train in tow, and we'll get to the constituent parts of that train in a moment. I'll just screw this on, and really that's all there is to it. Now this, there we are, that's on. Now this engine could probably do with a bit of a clean, just to improve its running. So I'll take care of that. I'll do that off camera. So I'll just put that to one side, and we'll look at the constituent parts of this train, with an emphasis on this, which is my latest purchase, United Dairies wagon, 3 axles, 1, 2, 3. Now this is the only one of these that I've got, and it came with a box that has seen has seen better days, but there's the box, and there you can see the details of this. These are prone to yellowing, and you can see that this one is fairly yellow, but if you have a look around, you'll see whiter versions of this. As I say, this is the only one I've got, and I'm using this this little train that I'm making up as a means of giving this sort of a running test on the layout. Now, it's going to be running with this, which is a Wrenn chassis. Now, I just don't know if you can see in there, but that's the Wrenn name in there. Identical chassis to this. This is not a tremendously good runner, so it's going to be interesting to see how the pair go. But it's the same molding, same chassis, everything. And Wrenn made a series of these. This one is the Guiness one, and this normally runs with what I call, or what a friend of mine likes to call, my booze train. And as we're here, I might as well show you some of the constituent parts of that. So this normally runs with a few of these. Hornby Dublo Super Detail Grain Wagon. And let's just get this. I picked this thing up and it came apart. Here we are. This is a Trix wagon, and again there's a selection of these with a variety of names, and I have 3 of these. This goes with the consist and the grain wagon, and they make a nice little train, and this adds some colour to the layout, which I always like to do. So what does the test train look like? Well, we've got this Wrenn wagon here with Hornby Dublo couplings on it. So it'll look something like this, and we'll just pop a northeastern brake van with it, and we'll run that round the layout and see how we go. We're going to run it through some points. We're going to move from one circuit to another. We'll just see how it goes, and all of this is going to be tender first with the 8F that you saw. Now, there is something I neglected to mention when I was working on the other 8F. So here's one with the normal bogie without a coupling on it, and what you'll notice is that there is this little model coupling here, we'll call it that, and the problem with putting the 4 MTs bogie on the front of these is that this can sometimes snag. So what I do is, if there is one of these, I just fold it up. See if I can do that here. Just fold it up out of the way like that. But what I tend to do, and which I didn't ensure with the one that you saw me change the bogie on, I generally try and make sure that I've got a body without this little attachment, and with that out of the way, everything runs freely. Anyway, I neglected to mention that. Here we have a shot of the points that take us from circuit number 1 to circuit number 2, and these are individually controlled circuits. They have separate controllers, and you can see in here, hopefully, that there's a little gap and that there are insulating fish plates, plastic fish plates in here. So the next thing I'm going to do is just pop down to the controls and show you these working. They run off one control. So when this opens to this line, this at the same time opens to this line. They work off one switch. And a little further along, the line on circuit number 2, which you see here, opens, if necessary, into a siding here, which is where you will see the train with all the tanker wagons leaving from. And these points operate in the same fashion. So if I pan along the tracks from where we started, you can see the setup with all of the points, and in the top left-hand part of the screen, you can see the line from siding that I mentioned earlier running into circuit number 3. So just to give those of you who are not familiar with the layout, here's a shot that locates the area that I'm talking about. You can see all that rolling stock near the top of the picture, just entering the tunnel there. That's the area we're going to be concentrating on for work with the points, and you can see the main lines and one feeder line to the right, which goes up to the second level of the layout, and the tank wagons that you can see are just coming off a siding onto the I think the third circuit number 3. Anyway, that gives you an idea of where things are. Just to finish up, we're going to do some running, and I'm on the west side of the layout once again, and I should explain why this train keeps appearing. It's a set that I've made up. It doesn't come apart, is the short story. The thing with a lot of Hornby Dublo is that because it's old, the tracks are old, they're a little uneven, some of the couplings are a little bit damaged, and trains have a habit of coming apart, and this train doesn't come apart. It took me about a month to get this consist together, and I just keep it on the layout. Now the next thing that you're going to see is one of my 8Fs come into view on the track in front of this consist of tanker wagons. And this is an 8F without front bogie coupling. That coupling allows is this. finally, because this is how we started out with the United Dairies wagon. Just a little bit of that running through the points, just coming up on the right of the screen. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting. See you next time. Bye.